So here is a couple of resources I like to use when build crafting inside of Destiny 2, and I find them very useful. So currently on my screen right now is the Destiny 2 compendium. This is a database of pretty much anything you're looking for. It has armor mods and how much they actually benefit you, information on your classes, grenades, exotic armors, subclasses, anything you can think of, it's pretty much on here. It tells you how much these mods will benefit you, like for void weapon channeling. When you have 4 stacks, it's going to give you 25% and then 6% in PvP. Or what I like to use it for is to figuring out how these exotics are going to actually benefit me and what percentage increases I'm actually getting from them if they're one that affects my abilities. So this is a great resource I like to use when build crafting to formulate, well, what exotic do I want to make a build for, and then how am I going to build it to play into using the exotic more. That's how I like to use this resource. And after I found out my exotic and how I want to build it, then I start looking into armor mods and how they're actually going to affect me. They also have calculators on this site to tell you how these different armor mods will stack with each other and how they're going to benefit you. Some mods do have question marks on them because people do not know the full totals. That's mainly for the supergenning ones, but it is still a great resource to be using to learn what each armor mod will do for you and how it's actually going to benefit you in your gameplay. Next thing is the Destiny 2 armor picker. I like to use this once I have fully figured out the build that I want to go for, and then I go ahead and find the loadout that works for me, see what armor's on it, copy that to my clipboard, and then go straight over to Destiny Item Manager, paste that in, and boom. It will highlight all those pieces that you need, and you can make it your build straight off of that. Another good thing about this is if you didn't know if you had a certain piece of gear that was up to level, then you could find it. Next up is Destiny Item Manager. This is a great way to manage your loadouts and manage your inventory. This can also delete loadouts that you have created and maybe you want to get rid of as well. So this is another very good resource that I like using to kind of clean up my gameplay and limit my downtime when playing so I can make the most use out of my gameplay. So I can keep getting loot or keep hunting god rolls I'm looking for. And it also is a great resource to clean up your postmaster as well, because you can instantly pull out legendaries that get sent there. Say if you're farming raids or something, you can do that. Another great resource is light.gg. Say you're hunting for a god roll weapon and you don't know what rolls are on it and you want to find a specific roll, you can look up that weapon, and in the database it will tell you all the possible rolls it could roll with. And it doesn't have to be the adept one or the normal one, they're all going to be the same. You can just figure out what weapon you want and what it rolls with and figure out what would work best for your play style. Or if you want to look for something that someone else recommended you with a certain role, you can see what you'd have to find. My last thing is Today in Destiny. Today in Destiny is a great resource to see what is going on in the current week of Destiny and what's to come in some weeks. Right now, we have the featured raid being Last Wish and the dungeon being Grasp of Avarice, and then it gives a whole list of other information on what is there. Next up is the Eververse calendar. This is a great way to see if you want to buy something that's going to be for Bright Dust. We're currently in week 7, so the arm ornaments and the tractor cannon ornament is for sale right now. And next week, it's going to be the chest pieces for the new seasonal set. So you can use this as a resource to figure out if there's any ornaments you were wanting to grab. And right now, in the weeks 10, 11, and 12, we have some hidden objects in there, which is going to be for whatever event is coming up. I can't remember off the top of my head what event it is. We also get a list of all the seasonal challenges, so if you wanted to be ready to do those, you can see what they are before they're even out. Some are classified, so you won't always know what they are, but you have a good idea of what your next week in Destiny is going to be looking like. Overall, these resources are some that I use on a daily basis when playing Destiny, and they're very good resources and will help maximize your gameplay and build crafting, any of that, so you know what to look for. It also has vendors on it, telling you what vendors are selling and giving you armor recommendations as well. It does take a second to load up, but it tells you some good armor pieces that are possibly being rolled at different vendors. So you don't have to go to each vendor to check it out. You can just go here, see what they're selling. If it's nothing up to your standard, then you can just go ahead and leave them. But it's a quick way to actually get an idea of what you want. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and sub. I've been Delta, and I'll see you guys in the next video.